Hello to my fellow Liberians. The election is very important for our national identity. The strength of our country and somehow depends on the election. Liberia is now the fourth poorest country in the world, and it's not something that we can accept going forward. The necessity of voting for the opposition party in this round election is what I want to talk about. Where have we come from before we became the fourth poorest country in the world? After a party has been in power for the past 12 years, do you think another Liberian presidency cannot do a better job? Liberians, let us forget about tribalism. Let us forget about nepotism. Let us forget about who know you. Let us forget about who feed us with food that we eat. Let us remember the destiny of our country, Liberia, is in our hands at this election. I have friends across the island, both Unity Party or CDC. But at this time, my nation comes first. And I want to say, in the name of accountability and in the name of verifying the Unity Party-led government work that they have done for the Liberian people for the past 12 years, it is of a necessity for an opposition to take power. And the only opposition still standing after the second round is the CDC, led by Ambassador George Weah and Joe Howard Taylor. Let us know what the Unity Party have done for the last 12 years. Let another independent party verify their book. That's one of my reasons. So that we can know if they really did good or anything bad. The second thing is that why bring in the photocopy of Eddie Johnson? Early in the 80s and early 90s, she was vigorous, energetic, and we even call her the Iron Lady of Liberia. But early in her 70s, she's a much weaker person who physically cannot move across the nation vigorously. And due to age, she has been incapacitated to travel, unable to do things that she really want to do because her strength has failed her, even though she's still a wise and intelligent person. So why look at the photocopy of Eddie Johnson he tried to put in power in the name of Joseph Boakai? If you elect Joseph Boakai, he will be 72 years. And Liberia, without road network, Joseph Boakai will now risk his own health to travel across the length and breadth of the Liberian nation to see if his ministers and cabinet ministers are doing the right thing. But if you vote a young, energetic George Weah, Ambassador Weah, Senator Weah, and Joe Howard Taylor, both of whom are much younger, they will be able to travel the length and breadth of Liberia and be able to see that their members are doing the right thing. And even if they fail us, it says yes, they are still young. They will live among us to see the result. But when you vote in Joseph Boakai, by the time 6 years over, he will be 78 years old. He's already not even want to go out in the restaurant or on the beach to play around or travel in his car. He want to just sit home and relax and recount his life and read some books. So let us vote in a youthful man that after 6 years, he will still see the fruit of his labor. He will still walk in the country. He will still go to our sports stadium. He will still see what he had done when you were in power for 6 or 12 years. So, my fellow Liberians, the idea about education and non-education, Lord, let me tell you, we should stop misleading ourselves in this capacity. George Weah, what made him prominent in Liberia? In the 90s, he was the hope and the joy, the darling boy of our country. This is the Weah that went to the United Nations and said, my country, Liberia, has fallen apart, and we need your intervention. My country cannot save itself. He was the advocating for Liberia. He was a voice to the voiceless. And through all way and means, he was able to help Liberia in some way or other to be a voice, a role model for us when we were growing up in the 90s. And now, why are we still questioning his ability when he had a heart of compassion? I'd rather get a person that is compassionate to be my leader, the person that loves me, that has proven it to be my leader, the person that identified with me all the days of his life during his soccer days. Jawia identified with Liberia to be a Liberian citizen, a model Liberian icon, a celebrated man who never forgot his country. This is a compassionate man. I believe he can be able to help us in one way or the other. So this election, let us think twice before we vote. Because a man of compassion, I will choose over an educated fool. A man of compassion, I will choose over a corrupt, educated person. A man of compassion, I will choose over a heartless leadership. A man of compassion. And Jawia have a verifiable record. From his youth, he went to Yaoundé, he went to France PSG, he went to AC Milan, he went to Chelsea, Man City, he represented Liberia all across. So the idea about questioning his ability, it shouldn't be something. Don't be fooled. But Marley said, you can fool all the people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And this is Liberia time that we shouldn't be fooled by this so-called education or non-education. We are being fooled with this, and I don't want to be fooled again. You can fool everybody once, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So this educated thing here, whether he know book, he don't know book, I want us to come down and vote him. I have seen many uneducated fathers who are helped to educate their children to become prominent men and women. I have seen many mothers who didn't know book, but they were able to send their children to school. So when Judge Weah gets in power, I know he will help to build a good educational system in Liberia. He will help to build our health care, our roads, and do all the things that he really wants to do until he gave him the power. I want us to look beyond the Charles Taylor scenario. We shouldn't vote with anger. Joel Howard Taylor is a mother. She is a mother. I know she's a country woman like yourself. Not because she has some money and she became a senator, but Joel Howard Taylor was not born rich, she was born poor. And I know through her own life story, she can be able to relate to other Liberian women and be able to help us in one way or other to get market on the table, to get a better job, to do things to improve women's health. So let us not just look over Joel Howard and say, oh, that Taylor ex-wife. I mean, I have nothing to say on that end. But what I have to say is that Joel Howard had been a senator. I think when we made her the first female that will be a vice president, it will empower our women too. We're just having the first female president. So Liberia, the gender inclusion should continue. God bless you. And I hope you have peace in your heart to vote. And I hope you will not vote with anger. And I hope you will not vote with anything that you don't understand. And I'm in America, and I want you to know that we that in America, we don't have vote. We can't go and cast our vote. You that in Liberia, then you have to cast your vote, okay? So I want you to do the best thing that you can do for Liberia. Vote your conscience. Vote your independence. Don't vote because someone in America wants you to vote. No, vote because you're on the ground. You're in the fourth polio country in the world. It's not good to get somebody 12 years and then you get them 6 more years, 18 years. Get another person 6 years and let that person try to see what he can do different. God bless you for listening. I hope we can do the right thing. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.